I lived in Hawaii, and I was working in a law firm, managed a law firm when I was in Hawaii, and one of the legal secretaries said, when she found out that I was moving here, said, there's a school called Georgetown Prep, and that would be a perfect place for you. So we came on by. I drove on campus, and naturally when I drove on, it was like, oh my goodness, what a place, how beautiful the campus was. But really, what really struck me was the camaraderie, the student body, the excitement. And I thought, wow, what a wonderful place. I found a home here. I found a place where I liked the mission, the Jesuit mission, the Ignatian mission. I became a part of it, and I knew that this was the right place for me.
Jeff came to us about 20 years ago. He was working in facilities. He told me he was a basketball coach and he was going to solve all our basketball problems. He did such a good job that half the schools in our league wouldn't play us because he had such a good team out there.
And Jeff spent a lot of years here in different roles, but as he grew, he also moved to those different roles in the school, and finally he was at the headmaster and the president's position for one point.
I would say the way to describe Jeff is unsung hero of the last 20 years of prep. Just anything that prep needed, he was asked to do, and he did it.
He has carried this school on his big shoulders in ways visible and many, many, many ways not seen. His contributions to this school are legion. I mean, what he has given of himself to this school is immense.
Oh, I think you should be remarkably proud of these 20 years. He has changed the culture of Georgetown Prep. He's been a very active headmaster. I believe he has made our community the sort of tight-knit community that it is. And it's a place where we really care about one another. We're kind to one another. Our friends are here, not just our colleagues. And I think Jeff has had a lot to do with that.
When we say cure personality, when we say that we look after one another, when we say finding God in all things, we really mean it. And I just feel like the Jesuits have given me and my family a wonderful opportunity. When I look back at it, I think that this has just been a family for myself, and Jenny, my wife, and Jeffrey. That we've met some of our best and dear friends here.
Well, I think Jeff is a man with a heart. He's really got a good heart. Can I tell you one story? When my mother died, I came to school either the next day or the day after, and I was in my classroom with an AP literature class, and Jeff knocked on the door and came in and sat down, stayed for a little while, and then he left, smiled, left. The kids were like, why is he here, You know what he told me afterwards? He said, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Yep, that's Jeff.
I would say he is magnificently obsessed with helping people. I mean, it's part of what he does every single day. He seeks it out, always thinking well above himself and never about himself. It's always about the young men and the people that, work for him. So it's definitely his passion.
I think the key to Jeff's leadership was he was always focused on the students and what was best for the students. And I think as a result of that, he made a real difference in many of their lives, but also in the lives of their families.
I feel like I've really brought the parents, they're more involved with what we're doing. I think we have a much stronger relationship with the parents than we did before, that they're partners with us, and I feel really, really strongly about that.
As true friendship and love has been a great blessing on my life, and it's changed me in terms of understanding how do you express that out loud to other people, and I think that's what he uniquely does.
If there's one person that who was always there to lend the helping hand to each one of my boys, it was Jeff.
If you asked me who the number one influence in my life is, I would quickly say my mother, number one, my father, number two. But Dean Jones would be on that list, and amongst the prep faculty, he would be number one.
We used to have sort of the disciplinarian at the top, and he would knock your head if you did something incorrectly, right? But Jeff is all about relationships and being proactive, and it's really changed our culture.
I think that before they're going to be great students, we want them to be great individuals, and we work on that. We work on that every single day.
He grows people, and he grows them well. And he does it really with a passion and a love. So it's a special thing to see.
St. Ignatius said the two great virtues were generosity and gratitude. I think Jeff embodies those, and he's attempted to really consciously develop those in the boys. For example, the new faculty that we have who come on staff, they always remark, they're always surprised. They always say, when the boys leave class, they say thank you. That's Jeff Jones. That's a legacy of Jeff Jones.
And so our guys were able to see that they belong to something much bigger than Georgetown Prep, that their responsibilities are much larger than just making the A's and the B's and getting to the great colleges. We know that they can go anywhere and do that, but when they come here, then there's a lot that's expected from them.
Jeff Jones taught me how to act as a gentleman, and I knew if I used him as my role model, I'd be doing something right.
I think Prep is very lucky to have had someone of his goodness and his dedication.
Very few people have an awareness of what Jeff has given to this school in times of its greatest need. He was there, he stepped up, he did what had to be done, and he did it with dignity, and he did it with grace.
I'm going to miss the people, obviously. I'm going to miss the boys. I'm going to miss the challenge.
Because he's so good at it, I imagine it is a calling, and that he was born to do this.
And that takes a special person to have so many different roles in an organization and succeed at all of them. And I think Prep is a better place for his efforts and his successes.
He loves what he does, I know that. I think he lives and breathes Georgetown Prep, he always has. And yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Jeff is in love with Georgetown Prep.
I always say Georgetown Prep's a lot like Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you never leave. And so I will never leave this. It's a part of who I am. There's no way I could be here this long and invested this much time and energy and into this. So it's something that's going to live with me forever.